Now that Apple has started outfitting its laptops with its M3 generation of chips, it's time to take another look at which is the best MacBook to buy in 2023. That's not always easy, though, as buying the newest MacBook isn't always the right decision. Apple has several tiers of performance, as well as various sizes, which can further complicate the matter. What's more, you can also still get M1 and M2 MacBooks, some from Apple's own website and some from third-party retailers. For instance, while the MacBook Pro has the M3 series, the MacBook Air hasn't made the jump yet. But if you can wait for the M3 MacBook Air, which is expected early in 2024, we think you should, and we'll explain why shortly. So, if you've been considering a MacBook but don't have a clue which model to buy, give our guide a read. It'll help you narrow down your choices and come away happy with your purchase. There was a lot of hype about the M3 series of chips before they landed, and now that they're here, we can say a huge amount of the excitement was justified. While they're not perfect chips, they've given the MacBook Pro a serious performance boost. Much of that improvement concerns graphics. In our testing, the 14-inch MacBook Pro with M3 Max chip was 13% faster in Cinebench, our 24 single-core test versus the M2 Max, and 32% faster in multi-core. In Handbrake, the difference was 38%. While that's not an earth-shattering, the real gains are to be found in the GPU. Here, we found the M3 Max was a step above what came before, with a 56% performance uplift over the M2 Max and Cinebench, our 24's graphics test. Everything from exporting videos to 3D rendering feels snappier and more performant. If you work with graphics and need serious levels of output, the 14-inch MacBook Pro can deliver. That extends to gaming too. The M3 Max is so good here, in fact, that it outperforms every RTX 4070 laptop chip we've reviewed. That kind of performance would have been unthinkable just a couple years ago, but now, the 14-inch MacBook Pro has the hardware to be considered a gaming contender. Once you pair that power with the dazzling mini LED display with 120 Hz refresh rate, you've got a gamer's dream come true. That's not forgetting its speakers, the best you'll find on any laptop, and comfy keyboard, too. While the M3 Max is the real deal, you might want to think again before buying the M3 Pro version of this MacBook Pro. It comes with 8 GB of memory, which really isn't enough for a pro-level laptop, and its memory bandwidth has been reduced compared to the M2 Pro. Instead, it's better to spend a little more for the M3 Max version. Get that, and you'll have the best MacBook money can buy. With a complete redesign, the 13-inch MacBook Air M2 looks quite a bit like the MacBook Pro, with a uniform thickness instead of the classic taper that the original MacBook Air featured. The M2 model is thinner at the back and 0.1 pounds lighter at 2.7 pounds, despite the increased battery capacity. It uses the fanless design that sets the MacBook Air apart from other Mac laptops, yet still manages to run incredibly cool under normal workloads. The MacBook Air M2 is a great budget option for anyone looking to update to Apple Silicon or switch to a Mac for general computing on the go. It's small and light enough to disappear in a tech bag and can easily be carried around all day. The 500 nit liquid retina display is bright enough for most environments, an important feature for a laptop. Equally important is the MacBook Air M2's long battery life, which lasts up to 18 hours during video playback with the Apple TV app. Apple includes a 30-watt USB-C charger, 35-watt with the M2 10-core, 512GB storage model. But it's compatible with a 67-watt USB-C power adapter. The 2022 Apple MacBook Air also features a larger screen size. The MacBook Air has a thinner top bezel with a notch for the webcam, allowing the display to increase by a little over a quarter inch to 13.6 inches diagonally. It doesn't sound like much of a change, but it is quite noticeable when the screen is open. While the slimmer bezel is welcome, the notch has been a bit controversial. Both 2023 MacBook Pro models have notches as well, so this is likely a trend that will continue.